Hey everybody, we are going to do a best of 3 M20 draft on our free-to-play account today. Thanks to Card Kingdom for supporting my efforts here on streaming. Card Kingdom are purveyors of physical Magic stuff. Anything you need for your tabletop Magic game, they're going to have you covered. And you can check out what I mean by that via my affiliate link down below in my panels at cardkingdom.com. Or if you watch on YouTube, I even have my affiliate link in the notes. So please go check out Card Kingdom from my notes and from the panels and see all they have in store there for you. If you have needs of the physical Magic department, if you want reliability, if you want assurance that you're going to get what you need, what you asked for, what you paid for, and you're going to get it quick, you just go to Card Kingdom and you're done. They have everything you need, and you're not going to have any issues. If you are in this tiny minority that ever has an issue with your Card Kingdom order, they also just have amazing customer service and would take care of you quickly in that instance. But basically, it doesn't happen. They're awesome. Check them out. I don't get the chink, so I remember I have no audio here. We're going to crank up some audio and get to chat, get draft view here. All right, I'm also trying, so I'm way behind on my spreadsheet in terms of tracking my wins and losses, which I want to catch up on. What I need to do is be better about tracking my events as I'm in them, so I don't set up all this work for me later. So I'm going to get on that and note that we are in traditional M20, get my notes started so I don't create later homework for myself. Life Chanter can take over some games, but primarily here it's also a gems thing. You know me, I'm likely to take a pack one, pick one rare almost regardless of what it is. I actually think if I were at the Pro Tour, I would go with Howling Giant, Siphon, or maybe even against all humans, a Weaponsmith, because we wouldn't be able to count on that coming late, and getting started on the Weaponsmith train early against all humans would be good. But we're doing some, I think in this case, we could end up in white. This is first, the bots generally don't like white because humans generally don't like white in this format. But note that like Ox is virtually unplayable except in these toughness decks or as a sideboarding against hyper aggro. So we will be taking the only good white card in the pack. So I'm going to take this and we'll see what the bots start shipping us, and we'll see if we want to stay in white. Now look at that, we get handed a Master Splicer right after. I mean, there's a Frost Lynx, but in the abstract, without color comparison, you would call Master Splicer the best card in this pack. So I think we have two signals here, you know, two reasons to at least start leaning into white. This is the best card in the pack, so we'll take it. Fenlurker leaps out here as a strong pick. Gift of Paradise for a base. It's not really. This is something you try to wheel. Bone Splinters and Fenlurker, and to a much lesser extent, Aeronaut and Gift. Oh, you know what we could start doing is also be looking at this from an Omniscience standpoint. Maybe ahead of the Omniscience drafts tomorrow, we can talk a little bit about what we take out of a pack if it were Omniscience draft. In an Omniscience draft, I'm taking Angelic, Gift, or Anticipate. Probably just Anticipate because it doesn't need a target. But in Omniscience draft, I prioritize anything that says draw a card on it, basically. So Anticipate leaps out at me as a pick there. And Anticipate's decks are going to be full of Anticipate tomorrow in Omniscience because the bots don't take it highly, and it's an amazing card for Omniscience draft. For us, yeah, it's going to be Wujo likes Splinters or Necromancer. You don't like Fenlurker over Necromancer? I think Necromancer is pretty replaceable at 5, Wujo. Are you finding it super valuable? I think it's a pretty clear Fenlurker for me. In fact, I like it over. Yeah, I'm going to take the Fenlurker here. I think we've been black-white maybe all of once, but really, you've been seeing Fenlurker wheel. Maybe I don't see it wheel because I always snap it up or something, but I'm going to take Fenlurker. I don't know if we're playing these two and this though, so we got to keep an eye out for what we're actually doing here. I mean, there's another Fenlurker. There's a Vampire of the Dire Moon, which again, we've talked about how 1 toughness creatures have taken a hit in their arena rankings because of the plethora of bow decks that tend to be around. Yeah, 0 white cards is somewhat concerning, especially given that we see all 3 uncommons and we're missing a rare and we're on pick 4. So bots have taken 2 commons and the rare slot. Obviously, we know nothing about the rare slot, but basically there's usually a common of every color, so it's likely that pacifism was taken to our right. Yeah, and if we get pushed off white, no big deal. I'm going to take the second Fenlurker. Passing a couple Frost Lynxes. Here's a good reduced to ashes, but let's match. Let's get Fenlurker number 2. Pattern matching into Fenlurker is nice too. Yeah, reduce is okay, but I think, I've been thinking a lot about the philosophies around marrying your first pick and the fact that even Luis on LR is expressing that like pros have trouble abandoning their early picks, but I also think it's part of how much the value of a pick goes up when it matches good stuff you already have. Like if this were pack 1, pick 1, and the rest of the 3 missing picks were garbage, then yeah, we would be having a debate about like, reduce versus, but like the fact that we already have a Fenlurker just makes me want to snap take the other one, which I think is part of the legitimate reason people end up in their early colors more often than maybe statistically it seems like they should if you're just trying to figure out what your seat is. But you sometimes create your seat by increasing the value of like color cards. Okay, well, we got a lot of good red all of a sudden in Shock and Brawler and Hauler. Brawler, Hauler, Shock is quite a trio. There's a Bone Splinters that matches the Lurkers, but I think we take a red card here. And I think, given double Lurker, I like taking the Shock and then seeing for banking. We could be in any, like we take a Shock here, we could be any of the colors that we've taken so far. And I think I do like the flexibility of the Shock a little, at this point, a little more than either of these two. But there's an argument in some decks for taking Brawler over Shock, but you love that interaction. Right on, Pete. Glad you're picking something up around here. Well, sheesh. Now we've got best card is actually a spider. And maybe our pick, though, is a Vial as somewhat playable in just about any deck. Somewhat playable. You're not happy, you'd much rather do 2 damage this way than this way, but beggars, choosers, etc. Maybe I'm overthinking a meaningless pick, but I actually think I will take the spider here. I'm going to stay open. Yeah, I'm just going to take the best card. It's the best card. Let's see what the bots tell us. We have an Inspiring Captain back towards our white. That's a solid card. We have a Ferocious Pup to follow up on the spider, or a Backwater to add some kind of blue to our pile, just to make sure we're being super inclusive here. Yeah, this is an interesting and weird start, but I think we're kind of following power and waiting for word from the bots. Yeah, I think I take the captain here. These are among our best color cards, so if we end up black-white with 5 cards to our deck so far, that's fine. You're going to take the land. If this were almost black anything but blue, we don't have any blue yet. And we passed a bunch of good blue with the Frost Lynxes early. So I'm just going to take the captain, and we'll see where we go from here. Another captain versus a Soul Salvage. I think we take the Soul Salvage over captain number 2. So I've learned my lesson that this is not Dominaria, and the bots value Soul Salvage a little more highly than they did back in the Dominaria days. Resonator says... That's fair. I don't think there's dissonance here, cognitive dissonance in those two concepts. understanding why you would chase colors you already have, but also trying to stay open. Anyway, yeah, we'll take in a soul salvage. I know. That's why I'm chuckling. This is what I mean about, I was talking about against humans, I might open on Weaponsmith because humans respect it more. And here you go. Here it comes back around here. But there's nothing here in white-black, so we can basically spec on a Raptor as a possible playable in a white-black deck, or hedge again towards something like Shaman or Mastiff. These are both fine cards in colors we already have. I don't want to start on a blue pick here, though. That just doesn't seem like what we want to do. Beetle is an option for best of 3, but I liked the pick. Salvage is great. Would you play a couple of white enchantments in a white-black deck? I mean, which enchantments? What are we talking about? There's definitely a case for Raptor. I think it's Shaman, Raptor, or Mastiff. We just don't want to bother with an Ox. Well, are you saying take an Ox and then maybe we end up with the Toughness enchant? I think we just take a Raptor. Yeah, Gauntlets of Light, is that what you're talking about? If we got Gauntlets of Light, I don't even know if I would move in on that. Although we do have Life Chanter, so that's not a bad point. We could take the Ox. All right, you know what? I'm going to take the Ox, and if we end up Gauntlets of Light, I'll call it Fate. I think Raptor is replaceable, and we'll get another shot at them, like whatever. Yeah, Gauntlets would be fun on the Raptor. And to that end, we could take Abomination, but we'll take the Daybreak. We're totally going to open nothing but those auras, right? Now we're setting ourselves up. The magic gods have to pay us off. I could take Lockbox for Progress. We'll take an Aeronaut. We could abandon the black at this point. Aeronaut plus Shock is right up there with Fenlurker, Soul Salvage, depending on what win plan this deck ends up with. Abomination over speculating there. I think we're settling into white-black here. Never playing that. Hey, look, we got an on-color rare. But maybe more importantly, Corpse Knight, on-color uncommon. Do we try and wheel this and just take a Thief? I don't even know how important Corpse Knight really even is. It has been a little oppressive in some matchups I've played. Yeah, I might take this if it were a 2/3. I think we're not playing this. And let's assume we are more straightforward black-white at this point and figure that out. I think Thief is just better, right, Robert? Let's not be blinded by the fact that it's gold. I think that this is just a better card. And we do have some 2s. Like, if we had no action at 2, I might want to fill up that weakness, shore that weakness. But look, we're okay in 2s and we have no 3s. I'm going Thief. Thief sometimes wheels, you're right, but I'm not going to count on it there. Check this out. Yeah, I want the Siphon, but we're not passing up Knight of the Ebon Legion. Whee! Look at all this stuff. Sad Sailor that we have to wave farewell to. We can take an Apostle. We are in best of 3. We can try and wheel this Captain, I think. And so then I think we wheel Bladebrand, Captain, and Inquisitor. Maybe there's a lot. Well, I don't know. How much can wheel out of this pack, Ryan? Some decent black or white is going to wheel out of this pack. I'll say that. So it's Splinters or Apostle, and then I think we see what wheels. Yeah, I'm with you, Raptor, but I think I'm on Splinters, see what wheels, as opposed to Apostle, see what wheels. That's where I'm at. So I'm going to do that. Thief, thief! I'm going to take that over yet another Angel and yet another Captain. Thieves are too good. Could spec on a first Foot Soldier, see if we can get a couple more before the end of the draft. The other option is Raise the Alarm. These tend to wheel. I think the opportunity cost on first Foot Soldier is pretty low. We should grab this. So I'm going to take that over Raise. Yeah, Raise the Alarm maybe is better in a vacuum, like as a one pick, but I think I want Battalion on the spec for that strategy. I think we might even wheel Raise the Alarm. Raise the Alarm goes so late with the bots. Yeah, here I take land over Aegis, which I'm not really into unless we do end up in the toughness strategy. But yeah, Barons is very nice, especially we've got this Fenlurker, and when you got the doubles that you want to cast on 2, these lands become all the better. Here's a Skelly we get to pick up for Bone Splinters and other nonsense. Yeah, I want 3 battalions, and then I'm happy to play them. 2, you're like, oh, came a little short. But 3 is a sweet spot. I guess Disenchant over Axe, although Axe, this could be an Axe deck in terms of taking small stuff and making them relevant. You know, Fenlurkers. As anybody who's watched the stream a lot knows, I do not run the Axe often. I tend to only run it with Weenie Flyers. I think that's where it's actually great, turning small powered flyers into real evasive threats. But there's enough going on where Axe is combining interestingly with our low stuff, like think Knight, Skelly, Fenlurker, Inquisitor. If we play it, the Ox, but we really hope to not play this. This is just kind of in our deck as a nod to we might get that silly enchantment. So I actually have talked myself into the Axe. We'll try and pick up an Disenchant later, but I think this could be a reasonable main deck card for this. Also, Axe isn't bad on the Thieves, as it tends to say, nah, we're going to get our 2-for-1 after all. You don't just get to eat this thief. There's a suggestion from Prof to spec on the Reduce as well. That's reasonable. We could end up splashing red. We have a Shock, and we have a dual land in our colors, which does help with splashes, even though it's not the splash color. Still, I've talked myself into taking a shot on 1 Axe for this deck, and we'll see if that sticks around. Here's another Disenchant that we could grab, but I think we just want a Burglar. This is becoming kind of black-white aggro, really. Kind of starting to dig this as a black-white aggro deck. And happily take the Evolving Wilds on that front again. Helps with the Fenlurkers on 2. And helps with a possible splash. Here's the wheel that we knew we'd hit. Are we in the right colors, folks? Yeah. All right, what do we take here? Wow. A lot of options. Not Duress or the Servant, but you could make a case for any of the other ones. Probably Captain, though, with how we're approaching this deck. I think the 2-drops will continue to flow. I think Blade Brand is solid, but not necessary here. And I think Captain is really on plan with how this deck is shaping up. Yeah, first Blade Brand is tempting, I'll give you that, but I'm in on Captain. I think that's where we're headed. Yeah, let's do it. 3 captains. We have a plan. All right, Pack 3, hook us up with this white-black aggro payoff stuff. Here's a pattern matcher. We were talking about matching for, we have 2 Fenlurkers, 2 Thieves, and 3 Captains, and I think that makes pattern matcher quite good. We have Griffin Protector that's nice as well, but I can't guarantee this matcher is going to wheel, and I think it's really great with the cards we have. Basically, when you're thinking about your matcher, you kind of want to count the number of creatures that would have to precede this to get the value, and you get 1 Fenlurker, 1 thief, and 2 captains. So right now it has 4 creatures that if they appeared, you could go and get another one. And Scourger, I think, does wheel. I'm going to count on Scourger to wheel, and if not, I'm not going to miss it all that much. I don't think we need Scourger to finish. Like, we already have... I mean, triple captain really gives us a plan. Best of 3, we can take the Noxious Grasp. We can also just grab an Inspired Charge. But one of the reasons to be white in the format is how little regard the bots have for Inspired Charge. With the triple captains making it not even exactly necessary, I think I want to try and wheel the charge and either take gems or the sideboard / main deckable removal spell. Was it a golem? Yeah, it's a golem too. You want to forsake gems, though? We could take gems, get an easy 20 right here. All we need to give up is, like, basically a sideboard card. It might wheel. All right, everybody really wants the grasp. I'll forsake gems, but I think we might be gem EV, more gem positive with a Awakener pick here. Hey, this wins over this, given, I think, what we're doing, right? Don't we have... Okay, let's check it. Maybe I'm overthinking our life gain. We have Daybreak Chaplain, Blood Burglar. Oh, I guess I'm overthinking our life gain. We have Loxodon Life Chanter. But if it changes your life total to the positive, it does count as life gain, but... Yeah, well, I thought we had more life gain than we do, so now it's actually a real choice between Pacifism and Aerialist. If you look at what we're trying to do early and low, I think this does come down to Pacifism. Yeah, I think Raptor has it correct. If we had more support for the lifelink, I thought we had more life gain, more just kind of inherent life gain. We do have a Scoured Barrens. I didn't count that. That's true. But I'm going to go ahead and take Pacifism because one of the key parts of the Pacifism role as white removal is that it, and especially with our deck, is that Pacifism takes out a blocker. And a lot of times white removal, you know, says, oh, destroy a tapped creature or an attacking or blocking creature. And when white removal has that kind of clause, it's really counter to the goals of the aggressive deck, which is to use removal proactively to get an extra damage on the turn that you cast the removal spell. And Pacifism is one of the few white removal cards that actually does that. And that's why, even though there's a lot of ways to get around it, etc., and white, you know, why people are saying this is such an important pick for this deck. Because look what we're trying to do here at the bottom end. And Bloodthirsty Aerialist would be nice to put in the 3s and add to that attack, but what would be even nicer is dropping a couple of early creatures and continuing to get them through because we've also had the Pacifism to take out their first significant blocker. Oh, Captain, my Captain, maybe you'll come back to us. We're going to add a Thief to the pile and also add to the count of creatures that we can draw that allow for a lucrative pattern match. Cutthroat is likely to get its dude, because we're going to be doing some suicide attacks, no doubt, if we're going aggro red-black. So this is going to kind of upgrade, like... I think a common case for the Cutthroat in this deck is that we attack with a bunch of 2/2s into something bigger. It eats one of the 2/2s, and we effectively kill a creature and upgrade our 2/2. And that's pretty good. But there's also Griffin Protector and Eternal Isolation. Eternal Isolation is removal in white that, when it's useful, does what I was saying before and removes a blocker. And Griffin Protector is nice up in the air as a kind of a continuing curve topper for this deck. Thank you for that sub, Banana. So I think I'm down to... I like the isolation, especially... This might even wheel. We've seen isolation go pretty late. But I think it is Cutthroat versus Protector. And both are vying for space in a very competitive 4-drop spot that is likely to add a wheeled captain. I mean, you can almost imagine that we are going to have access to 4 captains if we want them. That's a consideration as well, and maybe is a reason to take the Eternal Isolation. We have redundancy at 4, and both of these are fine 4s, but we're pretty stacked there. I don't think we're playing this. Starting to think the grown-up pick is actually the Isolation. But yeah, our Resonator does point out that our error game is not non-existent. Yeah, just basically our plan against every deck right now is to race. This is very aggressive for this format. Daybreak Chaplain is a little defensive, but everything else is being pretty aggro, especially with the Axe hanging around there. No, we're not planning on running the Axe. Let's take it out, and we'll bring it in if miracles cause us to reconsider. Okay, let's go ahead and take the Protector. I almost talked myself into the removal, but I think even if this is in the board and we bring it in against other flyer decks, I think that's totally fair. Here we're going to absolutely take this sideboard level removal over the captain. Yeah, captain, squad captain is all well and good, but man, we're taking Decree. We need 3 more main decks. We'll get them. If we have to, we can run Noxious Grasp and a Prismite, you know. I think we're wheeling good stuff. Here's an interesting wheel. Or not, it's not even a wheel yet. Here's an interesting pick. Bladebrand versus Sentinel. I'm going to go look at our... I think I actually probably want Sentinel. Again, it helps with the air and... Oh, Bladebrand with Thieves is a good point. But Sentinel is... We're also probably not playing this at this point, which is unfortunate. So we actually need more playables, and we don't have that at 3. I'm taking this Sentinel because I just realized we're cutting another 3. I want to fill out our 3s better. Evolving Wilds continues to be tempting, but I think we just take another... we take a Bone Splinters. We don't have a great Bone Splinters deck, to be honest. I'm not sure what we're intending to... We have 1 skeleton that if we get, sure, 2 Bone Splinters is great. But other than that, we don't have a lot of Sacrificial Lambs here in this deck. Yeah, Fenlurker is okay. You've gotten some value out of it. But it does... Fenlurker becomes a real threat. But I still think we have to take the Splinters. We'll figure it out. Yeah, it's like even if it turns out to be difficult to use, it's still the pick. And here's a Bladebrand we can snap up. And the Inspired Charge does come back for us. Disenchant or a Chaplain. I don't think we want another Chaplain in this deck, so let's get a Disenchant for the board here. Basically gem pick by filling up our vault. All right, did we have any rares to craft? I think we're very close on rares. I think all the rares we got, we already have 4 of. There was the 1-drop. Yeah, Life Chanter. I think we're at 4 on Life Chanter, but now I realize I'm not sure. So let's go check on Life Chanter. Yeah, all right. No, Rule of Law is a pure constructed card. That is a problem solver in constructed. It is a straight F in limited. You're never playing Rule of Law. I mean, yeah. What a blank. I cannot get a Foot Soldier coalition together to save my life. It never works out. And it's funny, we were talking about how 3 of them is like the minimum you'd want to have, and there are 3 in the picture. That's funny. All right, so we actually get 2 cuts, and our mana is pretty decent. I don't think we want to splash or anything, but our mana is very decent here. Let's look at our overall numbers. 18, 7. What are our crappiest creatures? Funny, no other captains wheeled. We're on our 3 captains. I'm not sure, Norbert, what they think is better, 3 or 4. I certainly know that once you get over, I know 5 is wrong, but I don't know what's better, 3 or 4. I think I would play 4. You are not, you know, I guess, what are the chances of drawing 2 before turn? Someone can do the hypergeometric if you want, but like the real question about 3 or 4 on a card like this, if people don't understand, you know, some people might think, wait, don't you want as many battalion foot soldiers as you possibly can get? No, you don't, because if you draw 2, your second one is a Grey Ogre. Grey Ogre is not a good magic card, but a free Grey Ogre is a great magic card. And so any battalion foot soldier you draw beyond your first is effectively drawing a Grey Ogre, and you don't want to do that. So the question is, with 3 versus 4, what % chance do you have to have drawn 2 of them by turn 3? And if your chance of drawing 2 by turn 3 is pretty high, that's when it starts getting into the undesirable zone. And what you want is to not draw multiples so that your first one gets all the rest. Yeah, we might be able to ditch the charge because we have the captains, but it's twice the damage that the captain is. You can run all 4 and it's not the worst, but we are pretty stacked at 4. We have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is too many 4s, and we like everything else going on here, so okay, I'll cut it. Do you like the chaplain cut? Yeah, we have no 5. We're going to play the Life Chanter, though. It's too potentially game swinging. I don't want to cut a land when we are trying to get to 6 and we really want to cast our 4s. You only want to run 16, I think, when you are comfortable being stuck on 3. If you're like, okay, if this deck were stuck on 3 mana for a few turns, it actually does just fine. And that, I don't think, is true here. We really want to get to 4 on 4. So we're going to play all 17 lands, and we're going to, because of that, also stick with the Life Chanter, even though it's a little bit of an anomaly. Because even if I cut the Life Chanter, I'd want to be at 17 because of our 6 4s. All right, I got some agreement on Chaplain. I think it goes against what we're trying to accomplish here. We don't have any life gain synergies. Let's just get aggro. Okay. What do we call this? It was weird pairs. Weird pair. I don't know. It feels like I've never played this color. That's why I'm coming up with that name. No, I don't want to get so specific. I want a name I can put in a YouTube title and not have it spoil the draft. So that's fine. Whatever. Name's not that important. Let's play some Magic. But I'm going to remember to update my spreadsheet already with what we've done. We did a 1500 gem entry traditional, and we're calling it weird pair because Threef is too obvious that it's a deck with 3 thieves. Yeah, 10 black sources seems about right? 10 black. We get 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9. So 10, 9 in favor of black. That's solid Fen Lurker chances while still giving us our Inquisitor. I mean, are you suggest we could go 11-8, I suppose? Are we comfortable with 8 on white? Maybe. Well, we need to change these lands anyway, don't we? Do you like that? Yeah, almost completely. So given... Normally I wouldn't bother with this when it's so... Like, our mana is so good. 10-9 is just amazing limited mana, right? So why would we go 11-8? Because we ended up in a spot where the only thing we want to do for white mana on turn 2 is a Moorland Inquisitor, and everything else we want to do on 1 and double black on 2 with Fen Lurkers. So the more heavy black we can be to reliably get Fen Lurker down on 2, and especially Night down on 1, the better. And really, eight sources is what we expect to have for our secondary color in a deck anyway. So we get our normal 8 for a color that doesn't even show up really until 4 anyway. So, yeah, and that's a good point. Skeleton and Bone Splinters and stuff are often demanding multiple black sources per turn. So it's a lot of good reasons to go down to 6-9 on these lands. I'll recapture the screen. Oh, here, let me get out of your way. Take a... Sorry. All right, you take a last look at this deck. I'm going to get into Battlefield Right and update info. Should have done that before anyway. Actually, it looks like everything's right but the record. Hopefully that record will be correct again. Thanks for the good reminders, Adrian. Adrian knows my my leaks. In poker, we talk about our leaks, you know, the aspects of your poker game that you know are weak and you know need improvement and you know you need to focus on to stop losing money there, right? That's, you know, if you're talking about poker hands with a friend or poker strategy with a friend, you might say, I think you got a leak when it comes to whatever. And then you try to help your friend plug their leaks. And I try to be aware of my leaks on Arena and to be better at them. I'm never going to be perfect, but it starts with awareness, and by awareness, you start to be able to increase your percentage of successful decisions. This looks great. Or at least snap keep, if not great. I don't think you can drop out of gold, no. At least when I was there and designing the system, you couldn't fall out of a new categorization plateau like that. I guess we'll start with Swamp. And isn't that like, we have 11 black sources, and yet here we are. There's magic for you. We'll go with the Threat of First Strike guy over... Well... This is an interesting choice. This is actually more likely to get through because of the Threat of First Strike, but this gets us some life and may stop getting us life after an attack. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do Blood Burglar, and since we're on the play, probably at most they play something we can trade with. I'm pretty sure, Adrian, but I should say I want to caveat what I said with the acknowledgement that that was when I was working there, and I haven't paid too close of attention to it since, and it may have changed since I left, or may have been implemented differently, you know? All right, we'll throw out a Plains, get in our attack. Looks like we will get at least 2 life here. And Yeah. Okay. I figured it was not something that was likely to change. Yeah, if you're feeling benevolent, you can, as soon as you crawl into gold or whatever, as soon as you make a new plateau, if you want to, you can sit there and scoop games to your opponents. Give out free wins that don't cost you any rank at all. In fact, what it might do is lower your matchmaking rating and give you easier matchups when you start playing seriously. Okay, so they took out our Blood Burglar. That's fine. Not matching any patterns yet. We're going to play the Captain for relatively light value, but we fill out our curve and we put it down a Captain that the matcher can go get. So this will produce a steady stream of Captains, and we'll see if they can handle it. If we get land, we could threaten the First Strike Bone Splinter, or First Strike Blade Brand play instead of the Captain. We'll see. What I'm saying is we could activate our Moorland Inquisitor and give it Death Touch. I think since we are only going to play the Pattern Matcher now anyway, let's go ahead and run that Gambit. If they want to trade their Octoprophet, we'll pay 5 mana to draw a card and kill the Octoprophet. And if they don't do that, then we'll play Pattern Matcher. All right, we're going to pay 5 mana, destroy target creature, and draw a card. That seems totally fair. Yeah, I could have attacked with both, but then they could have blocked the Captain, and then we would not have been able to pattern match it, and that would have been too disastrous to risk. Yeah, I wasn't going to risk trading off a Captain when we want to pattern match it. Not a chance. They might, but I didn't even want to give them the chance to do the right thing and wreck our pattern matcher Captain chain. Question here is whether we're offering... I guess we can play the... Yeah, we'll go with the matcher, match the... Captain. Take action. Get a Captain. Now we can Bone Splinters and trade, but that costs us a Bone Splinters. Oh, they're just going to be done. Okay. Thank you, Jamaru. I didn't want to do that because I wanted to attack with both. If I attacked with just the Inquisitor first, yes, we would have gotten in 2 damage, but my plan was to play the Pattern Matcher, get a Captain, attack with both, and then let them do whatever they wanted. Let's see, we saw blue-white, so likely to see some more flyers. We didn't end up with too much to deal with air problems. We do have some sideboard hate, so we're bringing in... Grasp, and this one, no, this isn't helpful here, right? They're blue-black, or blue-white. We do get to bring in Noxious Grasp. And what are we cutting for that? Could be a second Bone Splinters. Could be one of our creatures. Maybe it's even Life Chanter. Is Life Chanter even good in this matchup? Like, if we lose, we're going to be losing to flyers that are out racing us, in which case, what is the Life Chanter doing for us? I almost feel like the play here is to cut Life Chanter. Yeah, that's true. It's a comeback mechanic in that space. You're right. Pretty good in a race. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Norbert's right. So then what do we cut, though? We got to cut something. Blood Burglar as weak 2. Blade Brand as worse removal option. Axe. We could just cut the Axe. Yeah, maybe cutting the Axe is okay. Doesn't seem like the best matchup for it. Axe gets us through big stuff on the ground nicely, but we're facing likely air attacks. All right. See if we can pacify our way to get a thief through. That's enough on lands for now, deck. Am I going to stream normal on Monday? Great question. Great question. Haven't figured that out, but I'm going to say maybe. Depends on whether, because my wife has the day off and our bedroom is 10 feet that way. So might be annoying for me to be streaming in the morning if she's trying to get some extra sleep in, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just take the day off. I hear long weekends are things people do sometimes. Fenlurker is tempting, but we're going to run the thief out. I'll attack first. Remember, we got to attack first. One of my leaks. Not even that it matters here, but you may as well... I should even when it doesn't matter, all the more reason to adhere to the norms, to adhere to the heuristics, because it ingrains them better. Yeah, and raise the alarm is a great reason to do it. That's the other thing. You may have forgotten. That's why if you adhere to your heuristic, you may surprise yourself and be like, oh, I accidentally made the right play because I didn't think about that card. Double D's thinks I was going to say, our bedroom is 10 feet that way, and we're not going to leave it all day. What am I, 22? I'm pushing 50 with 2 teenagers. Which means I'm going to get up so I enjoy some peaceful time in the house before they do. Hey, that was our plan. Well, again, we could Fenlurker, but I like saving Fenlurker for next turn. We can use this turn to get an Evolving Wilds going. Actually, just going to get more black as well. But then we get Thief and Mana, and we get try the pacifism trick again next turn. I want to see at least one more target. I'm not interested in a disenchant for a single pacifism, but if we see another good target, I'd bring it in. Brian, do you do something in which you're on the East Coast but do business with the West Coast such that you have a lull before your workday gets going? All right, perfect. That's what I was talking about. We want to pacify so that we can get through with our attack. Oh, you just like your neighbors. You just like getting up early so that the people around you are not up yet. Oh yeah, by the end of my time at Wizards, I was getting up at about 5:30, 5:45 to be leaving the house by 6:15, 6:30, and be at Wizards by 6:45, 7, and have like 2 hours before anybody even showed up in the office to get actual stuff done. It was amazing.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
All right, we got a captain out of their hand. That's pretty big. They must have a nice play here, though. Yeah, I was going to guess Elemental, because I figured they would have to be something that blocked a Thief. We are not at Fenlurker attacking quite yet, but I am going to throw the Thief away here in a relatively obvious suicide. But I want to get a card out of this. And there we go. Not a bad suicide situation for this creature when we can get it back. In fact, it makes me want to send the Fenlurker in for a trade. Right now we have 2 pumps on the Fen Lurker. But we'll do that. You can play the Blood Burglar here, and then consider sending in Fen Lurker next turn. Yeah, Norbert, you're right. That was actually a punt, wasn't it? Because of course they're going to block the Thief. I think I missed a significant damage there. I would punt myself for that. Good call. I'm going to give myself a punt. I got to remember to do that. I feel like I've done that multiple times now. Not really considered what their forced blocks are and what that means for what else I should be attacking with. That's major damage I missed. But I kind of like that their captain is suggesting a race, because I think we're going to be okay with that. Unless they have another, if they have an inspired charge or whatever, this could go poorly for us, but if they can't kill us in the air in the next turn, this might be okay for us. Okay, Splinters is nice. We can take out the Elemental now. But we may need to offer the Fen Lurker. Oof. All right, let's sneak this turn through. 4, 5, 6. We have 7 mana. If we go after the Elemental with our Bone Splinters, that's going to take 3 of our 7. That only leaves us with 4. Fen Lurker can pump once. Maybe we just do the attack that I failed to do last time and accept whatever gets killed. And even taking and then we Bone Splinters the Thief. Thank you for the host, Kevin London. Yeah, I think we just attack with everything and then decide what to do after. But I think it's got to involve Bone Splintering the Boreal Elemental, but there's no guarantee they're going to block correctly. Yeah, we do need the lifelink as well. And so with that, we're going to pump once, which then allows us to... well, do we want to race or do we want to have Soul Salvage mana? We can either pump or cast Soul Salvage this turn. Maybe with the death of the Burglar, we just want to cast the Soul Salvage this turn. And we'll leave this pump off. Because we are going to sack another Thief as well. Alright, we'll do the Soul Salvage this turn instead of getting 1 point extra of damage. Could even Soul Salvage, we could, it seems like we should get rid of this Thief, but if we want to recast the Lurker, we can also Bone Splinters away the Lurker to salvage back that and strip more from their hand. Yeah, we were going to salvage, but we're going to Bone Splinters first, and I'm trying to figure out if we're Bone Splintering the Thief or the Fen Lurker and getting back the Lurker. Yeah, we wouldn't get the Lurker. We wouldn't be able to cast the Lurker this turn, but we could get it back. Let's start here and pay that. I think I'm going to sack the Thief and keep a creature presence on board. That's a close call. I'm getting the creature that can do lifelink and just something else to block. Yeah, it wasn't about needing more creatures in the yard to get 2 cards, Mike. It was, do we actually think that having the Lurker might help us win the game through discard? But it looks like we're just going to lose this one through the air, unfortunately. Little too late on the aggro. Hey, Rigid Thinking, glad to have you back. All right, they got us. Have to get them in 3. How? We were just dead on board, right? Oh, did I screw up? They had 3 in the air? What am I missing? I thought we were dead in the air. Didn't one of them pump? Oh, I thought they had 3 in the air. Maybe I missed I gave our didn't play to our outs. That's one reason to wait until lethal is on the, until it's fully lethal. You might not even be aware that you're not dead yet, like I did there. Yeah, that's true. Mike has a point. I mean, we if we attack, we can't. We were dead. We were totally dead. Counter goes to the fairy. Well, we could not attack, but then how do we win? I just think we were done there. Anything else we can do in this matchup? Not unless we want to splash shock. And we could bring in the disenchant if we felt pacifism were a real risk, but like with 2 bone splinters, I don't mind using the pacifism as a bone splinters source. So I'm just going to run this back. I'm not sure what the plan is to win from there, even if I manage to not attack and therefore not die. I think we just die the next turn, almost guaranteed. Well, our good mana costing us a little bit here with Knight being on turn 2 instead of turn 1, but that doesn't matter too much. The main thing is that on turn 3 we'll have the mana to pump him. If we even want to do that. Might not want to do that. Yeah, a little awkward, but obvious a keeper. I'm going to play this, and well, I could drop the Knight. We could drop... Yeah, I'm going to drop the Knight because I do want to threaten to activate it on 4. Frankly, on 3, that is. Sometimes Knight of the Ebon Legion activated on 3 just wins the game. The threat of activation on this Knight is insane. Yeah, they're gonna kill it. Oh well. Thanks, buddy. You made him have it. I'm gonna go... You can go no value captain to have the 3/3. We can play out the Inquisitor to get it out and then captain next turn. That feels like setting us back unnecessarily. I think we just... play a Hill Giant, and then play another Hill Giant that gets us a real captain. Rigid wants to go Inquisitor. Anybody else have an opinion on Inquisitor versus Captain here? This puts us behind 1 damage, a 2/2 over a 3/3, but sets us up to use the Captain. Yeah, Captain's the better use of mana. All right, we'll Captain. That was what I was thinking, that we have to suck it up and play Captain as a Hill Giant in order to optimize our mana and our pattern matcher. Norbert liked the Inquisitor. I think it was just, there's a reason to go for the Inquisitor for sure. This is going to give us a lot of toughness on board for the life chanter, right? Let's see. We have life total become the total toughness. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Potentially our life total goes back to 17 if they drop it below it. Oh, Master Splicer. Maybe that changes things even more. Oh, it does. Well, let's see. We can play the Captain now and get these both through. Let's go Captain. Ooh, we could go Splicer into... Splicer Inquisitor is great, right? Then Captain. Splicer Inquisitor into Captain next turn, and then Splicer lets us attack with the Matcher this turn. No, I didn't want to attack first. Had to play pattern. I wanted a pattern match to make sure we got that. And also, we had we had to play the Splicer first to buff the pattern matcher. Mike wanted to swing both. Interesting. I didn't want to offer a trade, Mike. I thought we were in a great spot with the Enchanter and the Captain. Like, we need to go Captain Blood Burglar here and just go nuts. Wow, this is curving out. I'm going to attack with everything that has 3 or better toughness and let Oppo sort it out. Well, the lack of a scoop makes me think they have, like, Inspired Charge. Yeah, they're gonna manage some trades here. I still love where we're at. Boreal, tough, but let's see. It's funny, we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 16. We're not even going to take the exchange. That's kind of sad. Given that, we can send in the Golem first, because we're not going to use the Life Chanter to swap toughness anyway, because we have more life than total toughness anyway. So let's offer up Golem for... Well, actually, we attack with everything, and there you got a force block. Let's see. If we attack with everything... Yeah, everything is lethal if they don't have something. So let's pressure. Let's make them have something. I was doing board control again. Talk about my leaks. That's one of them. Check life total. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't lethal, but I'm fine with that attack. I don't see how they not. Yeah, 1 off from lethal, but if they have to do that to survive at 1, we're pretty happy about that. All right, found match win number 1. Despite my leaks rearing their heads. Maybe I should have played around. That's reasonable, Steven. Partly I'm playing quickly. Steven brings up the point that, one of the heuristics Luis talks about on LR is the more dominant a position you're in, the more conservative you want to be about your further plays. Like, if you're 99% to win, playing out a Life Chanter is unlikely to nudge you above 99%, but it may set you up for when that 1% happens that you lose after. And that, in that case, like losing to a planar cleansing to wipe the board that I've now have no cards in hand and they just drop something and win with it. Well, Resonator, it's about ultimately what the time-traveling supercomputer thinks about that play, right? Whether playing around an unseen planar cleansing in Game 3 is still worth more win percentage than deploying a creature that's utterly unnecessary to win on the next turn when they're at 1, right? Like, in order to survive their next turn, they needed, I guess, the presence of create 2 1/1 soldier tokens means that maybe there's reasons to deploy a 4th creature so that we can get around that, but yeah, if it, as Steven says, if it's the only thing we're losing to, then we should play around it. In the same way that if you can't beat that pump spell, don't play around it, is good advice. If the flip side of it is, if the only thing you lose to is card X, then go ahead and play around it. So, anyway, we did pick up the win. And we'll see if we can grab another. Yeah, you just have to make sure that playing around it is not creating additional risk. Very well put. All right, we'll see you later, man. This, I was so happy to see these first 3 cards, but the rest of it is a little ugly for being on the play. We have a ton of 1s and 2s. We may very well draw out of this if we keep. But it could be a place where if we keep this, we get off to such a slow start that by the time we draw our spells, the board is already clogged and we're not really doing anything. I know, Rigid, it can get a lot worse from here. We have removal and a turn 4 play. 10-second pull. I'm curious on this one. Keep or mole? Most people want to keep. Okay. Strong support for keeping. Chat after my own heart. All right, we'll keep it. Risky, though. Oppo has mulled. That's good for us. Means they're unlikely to pressure us with a fast start. But boy, do we want to find a 2-drop on top. Oh no, Mike said mull. That means it doesn't matter that it was 19-3. You guys are all wrong. Double mull? We're genius. It's all right, we're going to pull a Fenlurker and look brilliant. Not a Fenlurker, but a 3-drop. That's, we didn't get our 2, but a 3 is a nice... Getting on board for 3 is great. If they can't kill this thief, I think it's going to be over. But they're red. A shock could easily just bring the thief down right here and make this game a little awkward for us. Oh yeah. So we could pacify. I like pacify, Spitfire, attack with Thief, and actually I shouldn't have played that land. That was hasty. I was thinking I was going to captain. That's why I played the land. But I should have held the land because we might draw one of our tapped lands, and I don't think we're going to need that extra land this turn. Because, yeah, I'm going to pacify the flyer, and then if they want to trade for the thief, it's a 2-for-1 on an already mulliganed hand. So now we'll see if I get punished for my minor suboptimal land play. And we'll see if we draw a tapped land. If so, it probably doesn't matter because next turn we're going to play captain anyway. It'd be nice to have captain plus splinters, though, in that case. Oh, that's kind of cool that they left us the thief. I think they're trying to race us, which maybe makes some sense given what they know, but I think this is going to go poorly for them. It is funny that they're playing my constructed deck, though. All right. Here we're going to go ahead and actually Griffin Protector, since we don't need the Thief to get pumped to make it through here. So let's play more creatures ahead of our Captain chain. What difference did attacking first make there? I mean, they had this mana. What would they have done with it that made a difference there? I mean, I guess it's like draw first, but we're totally going to play the Protector. Yeah, see my draw. Heuristics, good point. Trying to plug my leaks. I think it's because I'm getting into this Captain thing where a lot of my plays are going to be playing the spell first. But in this case, I'm correct, finally, to play pre. Blocking spitters no matter what if they attack and we have the chance. Don't want to lose out of nowhere because we didn't block. Exactly, double Ds. We're not going to lose to double growth cycles, so we're going to block. Lag seems back on the blocking front, or maybe I just haven't blocked in 3 days. Okay. Now maybe we just eventually life chanter. I guess we just Captain again. We could Captain, equip. Let's see. Captain is 3, 6, 7, and this is 8, 9. That gets him to 1. We can get him to 1. But let's start with Captain and attack. Yeah, I like throwing the Thief, but let's get in our swing here. Ooh, we could just do Inquisitor. Actually, we can do both. Let's do Splinters the Thief at Big Spitter, and then Inquisitor for the other one. Heck, Axe makes the Griff lethal. Still dead because of the Axe. Can put it on the Inquisitor here and get in. Scoop it up, Oppo. We got this one. Here, we'll do it this way. Well, I guess I'm not going to show him. Why show him how many captains we have? Red-green elementals with some hyper-aggro Spitfire stuff going on. Let's see. What do we got for that? Red-green, we have Devout Decree, and we have Noxious Grasp, so that's great. We get a double removal edition. We're going to cut the Axe, and Maybe a Blade Brand. Yeah, Chaplain is a good call. Probably for maybe Inquisitor. We could cut one Splinters here. But it seems like taking out that Spitfire is pretty important. I'm going to leave the Thieves in. Too good still, Finor. I know they're aggro, but kind of so are we. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, we could just cut Inquisitor and put the Bone Splinters back. Blade Brand versus Bone Splinters is still interesting. Well, it's a little bit on the defensive side for what we're actually trying to do. We're a little more aggro with the captains and etc. I'm going to run this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mike. They have a deck that seems to be built around Spitfire on some level, so I want to be ready to take those out on sight. It's true, Jay Watt, but I really want to target Splinters at the Spitfire, which would have killed us if we hadn't contained it last game. All right, keep this. Skeleton sets up a lot of stuff, especially those removal spells, but also blocks Spitfires like a champ. Hey Jason, welcome. Well, the Chaplain is another creature that handles Scorch Spitters really well, and Oppo is showing us multiples. We don't know how many they're running, but it appears to be many. We're not going to pacify any of these things, though, so let's Evolving Wilds, and we'll go ahead and get another Swamp. A little floody here. Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to go with Sentinel here to use our mana all up, and then we'll get the Legion going after that. Like, if we played Ebon Knight, Ebon Legion, Knighted Ebon Legion, then we're also threatening to activate it next turn and probably do, and then I'm going to go with Griffin first for mana maximization. Also, it gives them a chance to play something worth pacifying, and then we get to pacify Knight next turn. And a Pattern Matcher gets nothing for us yet. Do we want the Hill Giant or set up the Legion? Unfortunately, they didn't play anything for us to pacify. I'm going to start with an attack from the Sentinel. And then we can Pattern Match Inspiring Captains, Fenlurkers, and Thieves. That's true. We can just play the Knight and protect against burn, like shock at least. We don't. Oh, you can even protect against outrage. Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking, but you've been to this channel before, haven't you? Icon of Ancestry. They choose a creature type. I'm guess elementals. And this is pretty good. That's a reason for us to bring in potentially our Disenchant. Yeah, Sentinel's sick here. Really want one of our... We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... We have 8 draws to creatures that can be pattern matched. We also have a million draws to more land. Not our ideal. I guess we'll accept a 3 for 1 if they want to block this knight. And they can't block the air. Right? No 2 creatures blocking this get it done as a 4/5. And if they let it go, I'm just going to start activating. Like, we could play a hill giant, but knight is going to become a hill giant pretty quickly on these activations. And it becomes must answer. Oh, they're going to shock it. Darn it. Oh, I saw the pause there and thought shock was incoming. I guess they have icon activation. That's what it was. Well, we're going to wait. And if they find something sweet with this activation they're about to do on Ancestry or play something sweet, we get to pacify it, and then they have the same... Actually, they have worse blocking considerations the turn after that.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, badass. Appreciate that sub. There we go. What a perfect pacifism target. Oh, and they're getting frisky? I wonder what that's about. I'll offer them the Sentinel if they want. We'll take a trick for the Sentinel. It's true that they might nuke the pacifism, but probably not. I guess I don't have white here, so they can't do it at instant speed this turn at any rate. I'm going to keep going. I'm going on the knight plan until Oppo does something to stop it. It's just so oppressive. It's so depressing to play against the Knight of the Ebon Legion without removal. You just get in these spots where it's like, okay, well, I can 3 for 1 myself now, or I can try to start chumping, or, you know, it just does not leave you with good choices. Another pause. This time they don't have icon mana. I wonder, am I missing something? Oh, no, they do. Sorry, they do have icon mana because Leaf taps for 2. So that, again, is likely the pause here. Druid taps, but if the Druid can't cast anything, it doesn't stop for it. You know what I'm saying? Right, I was worried about Unsummon, but then I realized it was almost certainly the icon. Alright, we don't have handy removal for the Spitfire, but also they don't seem to have the room or ability to trigger it effectively right now anyway. Thank you, OneDrive, for letting me know about a screenshot I captured an hour ago. Yeah, see fewer notifications, please. What happened? What happened? So distracted by my computer, I don't even know what the opponent did. Yeah, double pump of Knight is incoming, and then it's really just trouble. I mean, it doesn't have lifelink, so we're not gaining life, but they got to give up a lot. Nothing in the yard yet, but nice to know that if we do lose this knight in a massive trade-off, that we can still get it back. And yeah, we're going to send it in, see what they want to do. "9/10 Death Touch" is a pretty strong magic card, I hear. This is where they have to start chumping. They have to start chumping, or they have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can put all of their creatures on it. Knight of the Abyss is what Knight of the Ebon Legion is if Oppo doesn't have removal. Could take this one and drop the Life Chanter, but I'm gonna keep it up. Let's punish him. Yeah, we're not doing literally anything else, so I'm pumping twice. Might be in the top, whatever. I'm gonna keep playing my lands because we have Soul Salvage. Yes, Oppo could still win here by starting to accept the Abyss nature of the Knight and manage to get through with flyers and other stuff in the meantime, but I think with our Life Chanter, that's not going to work out for them. If they start to get us down on life, we get to come back for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 just on what's on board now. Yeah, Overcome is a possible avenue to losing, which they may be playing towards. Oppo could be playing to their out of Overcome quite easily. Yeah, I still think your best one-drop creatures are Mana Dorks. The question is which one. Probably Birds of Paradise or Hierarch. Best one-mana spell is probably not Lightning Bolt. There's some powerful one-mana spells. Anyway, let's get back to trying to win this game. Yeah, we are in a spot where we could get hit out of nowhere by Overcome, but there's also not much we can do about it, so Serenity Prayer, I mean, we're going to try and get him dead first, but there's not much we can do. We don't have that choice. Yeah, Soul Ring. We're going to get into non-creatures. Ancestral. Ancestral might just be the best one-drop ever. It's good at any point in the game. A lot of times when you talk about the powerful one-drops, it's all because of what they look like on turn 1. The amazing thing about Ancestral Recall is that it's amazing on turn 1 and it's amazing on turn 20. Yeah, Soul Ring is the other competitor for the best one-drop ever. I think it's your debate is between Soul Ring and Ancestral. All right, so the Abyssing begins. And man, we've given our deck. We're almost through half of our deck, and we have 8 creatures, a full-on 8 creatures that pattern match, and we have not found one yet. That is really unlucky. It's like missing your second color in your deck with only 24 cards left in your library. But all right, I think we need to wait on Life Chanters so that it actually gives us some. So we're gonna. I think okay, I didn't do the math. We have the fuse going down. The fundamental question is, does Life Chanter, when does playing Life Chanter keep us from either losing the race or losing to Overcome? And if playing Life Chanter there was the difference between losing to Overcome and not, maybe you do it. But what I want to do is take some significant damage, drop down to a low life level, lower life level, and then go back up. And it does become a second Abyss along with the Knight. Heck, we get to 9 mana here, and we have a Knight activation and a Life Chanter activation. When white bordered dual lands were $5 bills instead of $300 bills or whatever they're at now. Yeah, if we get to 12, we can Life Chanter and stack it. I don't think we're going to get there, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we're going to have to play it before we get to 12. Probably going to play it next unless we find action. See what they pin down here. Probably just the Knight, which then does give us a window to play the Life Chanter because we're not even pumping the Knight this turn. Although, again, if we get land, we could. This is rough. Like, I feel like we've been pretty dominant with our Knight, but we're actually also kind of up against it. Although we get a little extra life here with the Chaplain, because we can play that ahead of the Life Chanter. And we are going to play the Life Chanter now. No more messing around. $22 is better than 14. And we feel re-stabilized. Really something else that we have not found any of our duplicate creatures yet. 3 Thieves, 2 Fenlurkers, and 3 Inspiring Captains, and we cannot find them. Joiner bringing up the Balduvian Hordes. Balduvian Hordes, we saw that previewed, and we thought it was going to ruin the world. Check out Balduvian Hordes. Pre-orders were insane. It was going to destroy Magic. Check out that card that was going to destroy Magic. It was so good. Then we played it and was like, oh. Hey, well, we knew this was a possibility. Let's see if we can survive. Nothing to do but block, but we want to find blocks that we need to use all of our toughness, I think, which means we have to like Life Chant the Brawler. Are we dead? Well, I'm just going to put toughness on everything. And we'll see what happens. What can we kill if we do some... Dead by 9, so we're just totally way dead? Okay. Goblin Recruiter? Goblin... I have some in a binder right over here. It didn't matter, Mike. We were dead, right? It didn't matter. I believed chat that we were -9 on that one and just gave it up. Disenchant is interesting. They didn't show anything else, right, besides that. Granted, it was a pretty devastating artifact. If we weren't dead, then how did we die? Every point of toughness we had applied to some amount of trample, right? I don't believe you, Adrian. There was an aura game 1.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
All right, maybe we'll play a disenchant. Gotta find a cut though. But Feral Invocation isn't particularly big deal. I think I'm going to send the chaplain back out. Or I'm running out of time now. All right. I'm going to do the we're going to do the Giborg special because I ran out of time. I'd rather play 41 than not get the disenchant in, so we just have a 41 carder. Also, as far as decks go, this is not a bad one to be at 41 just because our cards are kind of all the same. The more samey your cards are, the less the lessons of play 40 matter. And I just made a decision there that I'd rather have the chaplain in my deck somewhere than not, and just go for it. So this is actually good. Sanitarium Skeleton with double splinters and chaplain is a fine place to start against our opponent's deck. Don't tell Marshall, okay?
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Oh, how nice of James. James gifted a sub to our friend Rigid. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the skeletons and assume that the chaplain is going to hold its ground, or if it eats some removal, that's fine too. Don't do this at home, kids. I'm only playing 41 because I couldn't decide. The clock was running down, and this was a deck where all my stuff is largely the same anyway. Yeah, with the thief here, we're going to go ahead and swing in with both. They got no blocks. We're going to get in for some life and 1 damage. Always play 41 is my new mantra. Awesome. This is perfect. We're going to splinter that brawler and go, go, go. Probably just play a swamp and get back our skelly. If they play another big creature, maybe a fire elemental here, we just get to splinters that right back. Tron, there was an epic, I think it was it a draft video or a stream where Luis literally played against someone with the username LSV Sucks. Well, now we got to decide if we want to splinters that spitter or not to keep the thief going. It's a pretty heavy use of a splinters to take out a spitter. But it gets us straight up, gets us another card and another card after that, and we're a little low on action. And I think I want to keep the pressure up. We now got this ancestry we're facing. I want to draw more cards. And we get to play out our hand largely. Oh, we don't get to play the burglar, though. I'm going to do it. Fresh Doggy Doogie says, don't do it. I say I'm going to do it. I love drawing cards. And Oppo's going to be drawing cards as well, so let's keep the pace. Great, now we get their last card with Fenlurker, and they have to start drawing with Icon. Hopefully, yeah, we'll see what they do here. They have 4 mana available. Nice, we get to Master Splicer and Fenlurker, but let's start with the Fenlurker and see what we see. It showed 2 in hand. Was that a visual bug, or did it make a mistake and show that Oppo had 2 of those? Must be a bug, because if they had another one, they had the mana to play it last turn. So that has to be a bug, which would be good, because you don't want to know something you're not supposed to know. So, yeah, interesting choice on their part. At this point, though, we accept a trade of Thief for Smuggler, if Oppo would like to do that. If we attack with both, I mean, I could have attacked with both, but then they do have a double block on the Chaplain, which maybe we're happy with, but I just felt, yeah, I guess maybe they'd block there. Yeah, I should have attacked with Chaplain. We would have gotten life out of it. Let's go ahead. Should we disenchant that now? Let's disenchant it before they get any more value out of it. That really makes me feel better about where we're headed here.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but it's gonna be fun.
All right. See you, Lurker. Hardly knew ya.
I sure hope you can't handle the heat.
We can play the Splicer, and we end up with a dead Artificer, but the Golem sticks around to be able to attack through Druids. So despite the sadness of the effort, we'll start with our Chaplain attack, gain some life. And we'll do Splicer, and then we have, yeah, we'll get... Let's do Splicer and get back Skeleton, and then hopefully they use up Chandra on the Splicer, and then we can drop the Burglar, and the Burglar lives. Or we could say, what do you want, Burglar or Splicer? If you take the Burglar, we get a 4/4. I like not giving them a choice, though, unless we really want them to take out the Burglar. If we really want them to take out the Burglar over the 4/4, then we do it. But actually, I think it's fine to... if we had a 3/3 and a 2/2 lifelink and a 1/3 lifelink attacking, we're going to be in a pretty good spot this game. So I'm going to, I'm going to bring back the Skelly. I think Chandra's going to go minus here anyway. So... yeah. Yeah, no, I know minus doesn't kill her. The point is, she's going to be easier to kill. Although this isn't great. Could use some action off the top now. That is not action off the top. Oy. So next turn, Chandra's gonna plus and threaten another shock. Well, nothing to do but cast our spells now. We don't have good attacks, though, so we're not gonna make them. At this point, if we got Soul Salvage, that could be nice. Fenlurker, Splicer, or Thief.
Oh gosh, look at all these friends.
Hey, there's the salvage. So now let's see. Let's salvage and get a Splicer back, and then we can play the Splicer, get another Golem, and this Golem can actually start attacking. And we can't do Splicer and Fenlurker this turn. Do we want... What do we want as our second creature? The Fenlurker or the Thief? Probably the Thief at our life total. Because they're going to trade off the Gorilla. And then the Thief has good attacks, yeah. Let's see, do we want to even... We could send everything at it except the Gorilla eating something else and guaranteeing pinging Chandra for at least one. If we send 3, what are we getting out of it? How do we... Whichever they block Chandra down, they do have Leafkin Druids. You know these can block, right? I'm just going to send the 1. Yeah, maybe Oppo should have chumped with a Druid there. All right. They thought that was enough. All of you people with your lines that don't just cause your Oppo to scoop immediately. All right, we got into the gems. That got us at least 800 out of this. That's nice. Haven't even used our foul to give, and we're into the gems. Love that. Just killed my beverage, so I'm going to go freshen my beverage and grab a snack, and then we will push on towards profit. Be right back. Hey all, we're back. Let's go. Searching for match win number 3 and actual profit. Hey Slumlorden, glad you came in person. What's up? Welcome. Yep, black-white triple thief deck. Oh, sorry, missed Oppo. Hey, Oppo from last chat. Good game. We thought you scooped maybe a little early there. Definitely turned the corner with that soul salvage, but was still quite nervous. And we thought you played second game especially well, playing to your outs there. So good job on that. This hand's pretty good. Let's see if we can get this thief through. We're on the draw, so often the thief can't get through on the draw. It can't get through. We could just Fenlurker instead, but we could also thief and then potentially Fenlurker Splinters next turn if the spider remains the only thing that's holding the thief back. I like playing the thief out here and seeing what we can do about it. Yeah, actually this is good for us if they don't play anything here. If they drop a 2, that's nice. Alright, well, okay, instead it was really good for them. I take it back. Oh, we can captain though. Well, let's captain now. Although if we Fenlurker... the Fenlurker gets helped by the captain, but I like getting the Inquisitor through, getting the captain down, applying some kind of pressure, and then Fenlurkering like the last card of their hand. Use up all our mana, take back that 3 life they just gained, produce something that can actually attack through this spider, and then set up potential Lurker Salvage or Lurker Splinters next turn. Yeah, I'll probably Lurker Splinters the Crasher and then have Salvage for Thief and Lurker. That seems pretty great, actually. Could also, let's see, could also just attack, though, and offer the Captain for the Crasher straight up. No need, I guess we should offer the Crasher first, or the Captain first. I think if they want to trade Captain for Crasher, we're pretty okay with that, given the Soul Salvage. So let's at least offer that, and then decide what to do. Yeah, Lurker Splinters Lurker is going to be my play if they decline to trade Captain for Crasher here. But at least give them a chance to do that. Some land there, Splinters here. Forest. Regisar is pretty impressive, but we're gonna try and find a way to deal with that. Splinters now looks like a mistake, but we didn't know about Regisar. I guess let's at least Fenlurker and get their... Although they're gonna lose 2 cards anyway. Soul Salvage, and then we'll figure out what we're getting. Or what we're playing. So we can play Land, Thief, or Evolving Wilds Lurker, and... Lurker almost... I guess let's Lurker because it gets there. Then they don't even get to cast either of these last 2 cards. And we do create the triple block possibility, yes. It's not necessarily a bad play. No, it's not a bad play to risk 3-for-1ing ourselves. We've, you know, they've already kind of 2-for-1. We're effectively, it's effectively a fair trade here, given how, you know, we've cost them Crasher, Overcome, and yeah. Like, if we don't, what's the plan, I guess? If we don't, the plan is to Fenlurker and pump Fenlurker twice. This becomes a 3-3, and we can simply trade Captain and Fenlurker for Registrar instead, but the Inquisitor isn't getting through here anyway. So, yeah, let's block it. And also, for this not to work, they needed to draw a trick right here. I'm going to do it. Good old-fashioned top deck war, and we're winning it, apparently. I like my 6-7, too. Except mine's a 7-8. Four, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're gonna keep playing lands in case we get to a multi-pump. I suppose I could have kept that plains hidden for the attack. It's not like that does anything. Are we going to send in the thief for the suicide? I think not right now. We're doing fine, and we might find something that makes the thief attack for a card actually profitable or they're survivable. Nice. Okay. Well, we still get to trade. And if they don't have something, if they don't find something for the thief, we get to start thief attacking. They rip that right off the top. Nothing much you can do about that. You're not going to play around cards Oppo literally just ripped. I'm sure their other one's a land, right? A land? Okay, okay. That's actually fine. I just want to get in with my thief. Let's see. Have we done Soul Salvage? We've done the Soul Salvage. We've done Fenlurker. We've done Legion. Like, we don't have much in the way of pump anymore. I think I'll start sandbagging one land, at least. Did you read that starting with November, non-standard cards will cost double wild cards? What do you think? Weird. Weird. We do have a second lurker, that's fair. Let's attack here, though. I guess they want to drive standard, but it seems almost unnecessary. I feel like the events themselves drive us towards standard. But I mean, it doesn't even matter until they, like, play something we care about in that context. Wow, I thought we were so set with pacifism and an empty board, and they find 3 creatures in 1 to put a stop to that. Maybe we'll find a captain. Captain off the top would be nice. No captain, but we can go ahead and match ourselves a thief, which makes me feel a lot better about sending in this one. And I'm going to just send in the thief, and we'll Blade Brand, potentially, rather than Pacify. Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to Blade Brand it anyway, because we get the 2-for-1, and then we can Pacify the big boy and play the axe. Well, you know about our thief. Do you want to trade for that matcher? Let's find out. I guess we don't need to do that. Let's see what they want to do here. Captain. We could captain and splinters the captain. How about axe on the thief, captain, and then say, are you sure you don't want to block that thief? Kind of like that. Then we get attacks with everything. Not a bad result, although now there's no need to attack. It's all right. We're still in great spot. They had to use a murder on our common 3-mana 2/2. I don't know if we're profitable on that yet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, we're gonna do it, folks. We gotta do this, right? Oh man, I wanted to do the trick where we play the life chanter and then activate it to double, but really we should just play it and keep applying pressure. So yeah, it's fancy play syndrome. Mama's totally right. I wanted to wait for a 12th mana so we could do the fancy play syndrome, but we should just play this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is not more than 16, so we won't be taking this offer. But we do have another large creature on board now. Fenlurker picks off their final card. We kill the spider with it and they scoop. Yeah, we got it. All right. Green, black with a ton of gifts. Suggests they are maybe splashing some scary stuff. The wolf is tough one. Do we see anything for disenchants? Don't think so. What do we got in here? We got, yeah, that's green. That works. So our 2 removal spells come in. That's nice. Gotta love it when those are doing work. Axe really helped get through those spiders.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you. Mike, what are we cutting for these, for this sweetness here? Griffin Protector? Griffin Protector is kind of almost whatever, especially with Big Spider around. What if we take out Griffin Protector? Yeah, our creature count is a good question. 16, 8 minus the Griffin Protector. You want to put in the Death Touch? I don't know about putting in the Death Touch. We did get pretty ground clogged, it's true. You want to cut a Griffin Sentinel? You could cut that over the other flyer. If we don't think flyers matter in this format, that we just cut them both. Yeah, maybe we just cut the flyers against this particular strategy and keep our. I really want to keep our blade brands for the big stuff they're doing. Rigid says flyers always matter. I think you're not wrong, but we got to cut something. So if Rigid, if you think flyers always matter and we got to keep them, what are we cutting? Inquisitor. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep all of our low end stuff, and we're gonna try and beat this deck by applying pressure. We cut the flyers. Let's see if we get punished. The other angle would be to cut like the things like the axe or whatever. But I think the axe, like I like this. I like lurker into axe and get it on. You know. Took out the two kind of weakish flyers against black-green with good spiders. Don't know if that was correct. Magic's hard. Oh, you're late, Knight. We're gonna go... Maybe we just play the knight here. You want to do axe and then we do Fenlurker knight next turn? That's true. That's fair as well. Although in that case, why don't we just Fenlurker? Either we're playing knight this turn or we should just play Fenlurker. So I'll do Fenlurker. Give you a burglar.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Lurker pump doesn't threaten anything, so we'll follow up with our knight axe plan. Fair enough. Bite that thing while you can. Makes sense, Oppo. But now we'll just offer Lurker for Spider. I mean, we need some action, but these have been decent trades for us. We're a little floody here. Yeah, bring us a soul salvage, please. But yeah, speaking of floody, Oppo's playing 3 gifts, which largely means that much of their deck is, like, over half their deck is land or mana sources, probably at least half. If they may be going 16. If I'm playing 3 gifts, I'm running 16 land usually. But yeah, this is why I liked the axe in this deck. I'm not a fan of the axe overall, but I think it's doing a lot of work in this deck, taking our small stuff and making them relevant.
Even a light breeze can erode a mountain. The sky is my domain.
Well, they do get a 4/4 out of this if they want it, but if they do, we get bone splinters to kill it. Well, yeah, that's the thing. When you're playing 3 gifts, that's totally what I was expecting and absolutely what I would do. If I have 3 gifts, I'm splashing double color bombs all over the place. How do I not let Oppo get -3 off? You give me a plan, I'll do it.
Bow to the howling winds.
I mean, we really bricked by drawing land there. I mean, I said we're flooding out and then we draw more land. Like, great. Thanks, deck. Now... Moo, Chandra, pack one, pick one. Probably Chandra. I think Chandra just... I've beaten Moo a lot, actually. I don't know if I've beaten Chandra unless it was a really bizarre situation in which they were basically already dead and then drew her. Should we Splinters the Thief? Well, if we Splinters the Thief with the Thief, we can get Moo down to 4, but then she still gets a she gets to live with a token. So I'm gonna say we're just gonna pass, and maybe we draw other removal, but like there's no attack. Maybe they get greedy and they attack with their thief. If they attack with their thief, we have a chance. We have to take it and just let them draw more cards. But what the possibility we do have is they minus to go 4/4. Then we have a 2/2 and a 3/2. We draw a creature to throw away to the Bone Splinters. We get to bones, and they attack with a thief. We get to Bone Splinter the thing. We get to Bone Splinter the 4/4 and then make it through. Like that's what I'm hoping for. Some mistakes from Oppo that allow us to, between Bone Splinters and our draw, get rid of the 4/4 elemental and get Moo if that's what they choose to do. Looks like they are going with the elemental. Then are they going to attack with the thief is another big question. They are not, and we get black or red Planeswalker destroyed. So yeah, it basically works out. We get to decree thief. No, it's not greedy. They have 3 gifts. Moo is a perfectly fine splash when your sources are 3 gifts of paradise or more. We don't know if they have more. I could equip the axe, but we actually don't need the extra power to kill Moo, and we can use the mana to get Skeleton back. I saw 3, maybe there was 4, and I didn't notice, but I saw 3 in play at one point, I think. Ugh. Alright, that's rough and annoying, but they did have to use it for that. And we get to get back and cast Skelly and continue the chain again, but that's really frustrating. Gotta tell you, that's frustrating. We do all this work, and we actually have an avenue to kill this annoying Planeswalker, and we can't quite get there. I'm playing my land, exposing our lack of anything, but maybe I should have kept it. If we draw Soul Salvage, we wouldn't need to play the land, but... really frustrating. I know, we had double removal and still couldn't get it done. How frustrating is that? I'm so tilted. And we're just flooding. We put friggin' swamp on the bottom, still draw swamp. Garbage. We had a chance. We had one window to beat Moo, and they closed it on us with murder.
Take to the sky, my friend.
All right. Not much for early scooping, but I don't know how we win from here. We're at 21, though, so I'm not going to give it up. I keep 5 lands if the 2 spells are great and have a plan that I can see in them.
Out the howling winds.
I don't know what our plan to win is. That's the problem. But right now it's draw cards and try to discover a plan in them. Master Splicer not the worst. We can throw the axe around for some value at this point. I think I'll start it on the Splicer. Nobody's ever read the Moo Ultimate. All right, I guess we move axe to the golem and then make him trade. Send the skeleton to mess up their various blocking options. I know. But maybe they worry about Blade Brand. There's no risk to our sending the skeleton. See? Look, that's cool. We needed that on some level. Blood Burglar creates another 4-power attacker. I know. But if we make 4-power attackers, at least they have to think about it. We're going to keep coming with... And I think sending the skeleton does a nice job of, like, threatening. Here, we even put a full control bluff on. Let's put a Blade Brand bluff on the skeleton. Alright, they are no longer believing us on that. Probably want the axe on the thief. Or maybe actually we want it on the burglar because they gotta block the thief to kill it. Anyway, we'll see. We might move things around. We got enough mana that it doesn't really matter. Why did they pause? Oh, they had a skelly.
Do not challenge a raging river.
I mean, yeah, we find a pacifism, that kind of thing, like we can get out of it. Must keep threatening to kill 4/4s or there's not really a point in attacking. Kind of gonna go ahead and attack with the thief to draw the card. And I'll let him kill it. Draw a card. Trying our best, but man, the mana gods are not with us this game. They were with us all day yesterday though, so I have no complaints about that. Yeah, I should only leave one land in hand because if we soul salvage, we have a knight to get back that can get really big. Yeah, maybe Splicer was right. I think they would have just killed the Splicer though, and then I don't think that would have helped us. No complaints overall, but I have complaints about this game. No complaints about mana overall. Okay, so we can splinters with the Skelly to get rid of one, send in the other. I think we can give up the Splicer almost any time in terms of having it in the graveyard for soul salvage. But we could attack with it if we want to make sure we get it there. I think I'm going to wait. I think we get soul salvage, we maybe not getting Splicer anyway. What would we get with soul salvage? Let's work that out so we can make better plans. because we've got Knight and Fenlurker that are the things that get huge off of our mana. I think that's what we want, even more so than a Splicer.
Quell your temper.
Sad thing is, if we just had a little more spell density, we would actually, I think, have been able to turn this corner and beat Moo. Frustrating to fail. Can I be frustrated without it being a complaint? Now I think we're beyond, like, I don't know. I guess we're still a soul salvage away from potentially coming back in this, so let's wait. $16 to $20 on cards in library.
Learn some respect.
What does Captain get for us? Captain gets an attack with something. We can attack with a skeleton and trade with, we put the axe on it. Now, if you leave it on the burglar, we have a 3 power and the bird eats it. So yeah, let's move it to... We can move it to the splicer this time. I don't think, again, it really matters. I guess 3 toughness changes how they might block. I'm going to move it. I take it back. We're going to go back to the Skelly. So much mana, we can change our minds midstream here. This is the problem. They got a skeleton of their own, so we're not really doing anything, but maybe we get another captain. Maybe we get a pattern matcher into captain, and then we have enough. It's wrong, Jason. This is, the shuffler is fine. If I may be the more clever one to tell you whether you're right or wrong, you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with the shuffler, just because of what lands we see. This is definitely one of the orders that our deck could have possibly been in, and here it is. It's in that order. Well, I didn't get the pattern matcher into captain, but there's another captain. Now what can we do? Well, we play it and figure that out. If we move axe, where would axe be better than on the skeleton? On the burglar? I know, Jason, but you asked. If we put it on the burglar, we get some lifelink, and it is a little... yeah, I like... I don't think it matters between skeleton and burglar except for the lifelink, so... All right. Harsh. Blade Brand is a strong card. We fairly well ran over this deck in the first game when it didn't do what it was... didn't do the splash thing, which happens with ramp decks. You know, they did the ramp thing where they ramped kind of to nowhere. They had some stuff, but they really didn't get much out of their ramp. Yeah, their skeleton has made the difference in protecting Moo since the failed attempt where murder thwarted us.
Hold your temper.
Oh, they're starting to attack. So dangerous. Yes. Let's see. Do we pacify the flyer or the skelly? If we pacify the skelly, we don't get anything in, though, unfortunately, is the problem. But we don't really do it with the skeleton either. Like, nothing gets through here. I guess we have to hold it. We have to hold it and work out a double block on in the future. Yeah, I think pacifism on Skelly may eventually be correct, but it's not correct right now. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't just put their skeleton in front. No need to put their air elemental at risk. I'm gonna keep playing land, though, in case of... I think we want to do it, but we just need to do it at a point where it makes sense, and that was not the point. Maybe they get greedy here and attack with 2 flyers and make a... Ooh, never mind. Yeah, they keep adding more. I think I keep seeing glimpses of a possible road to
Will offer assistance.
an unlikely win here, but then they keep doing things that make that not really what's likely to happen. So, is it time to do it this turn? In Captain, we get 2 4-power attackers, and we can pacify 1 of their things, but I think... Would we rather just have 3 or 4 3-powers? Of course, one of them is going to become a 1-power. If we Captain and pacify, it's actually not that bad for them. But maybe we have to, and we have to just keep hoping to draw stuff. Yeah, pacify skeleton now, and at least their blocks need to be involving trading off flyers, and hopefully we're done with the skeleton. Oh my god, how about Soul Salvage? Life Chanter is still in the deck. And we do have the Life Chanter trick now. Trouble is we're deeper into the deck on cards, so... Alright, winning game 3 is the new plan. We're making him earn it, though. They're used to playing... Drake here is used to playing on Arena, and they can't understand why we haven't scooped yet. That might be the thing that causes us to scoop, although we were already down on Library.
Do not challenge a raging river.
10, 11, 12, 13. We have 4 lands left in 10 cards, and now we get to see if Soul Salvage does anything at all for us. I think it's too late. What are we even doing here? What are we even doing? 2 captains? Two captains bum rush? Might be 2 captains time. We got to take the knight. Okay, knight and a captain. I don't know, knight captain. Maybe it should have been Splicer. Maybe it should have been Splicer. Yeah, Splicer gives us 2 4s that are constant, but I like knight. Yeah, it probably should have been the other one, but I had a rope situation that freaked me out, so I just made a snap call. I'm gonna say no on this. Yeah, I know. I couldn't see, and I didn't want to have it pass. Sorry. Just that footsteps in the rope. I need to control my reaction to them better, I think. Also, we're so losing this game. It's like we have no chance. Even Soul Salvage was not enough. Although this is a funny... I'm going to make this knight so damn big. I can't even bring myself to play the mostly dead meme because I think we're just, like, dead.
Quell your temper.
$12, $13. We can activate this up to 4 times. It's not going to be needed, of course. Do this. Also, we're getting to see a lot of their deck. That's another reason to play this out. It really helps us understand what to play around coming up. Of course, they're seeing ours as well, but they've already seen our deck. We don't even have anything in here that's... No, they sacked it to Blood for Bones in a great play. Trouble with Pacifying Skeleton is that it is a it was already a great sacrifice outlet. Green or white creature. Do we even tell them about it? I think we'll wait. I might as well send in the knight. It'll just block the Skelly again, but whatever, it's all we got. This is like roping Oppo via play. It came down to one turn. They had the murder to save Moo. We were an attack away from killing Moo, and they had the murder to save her after we did several backflips to just even have the chance, and then they had the perfect murder. They have another perfect murder. That's probably the same one, actually. They have recycled their library multiple times now. $12. Are we just dead no matter what? I think we're dead no matter what. Okay. Wait, we get... Hold on. We can survive. Sorry, let me redo this again and survive. We've got... I was trying to look for kills. Well, let's chump there and trade here as planned. But then I think... Okay, so that's 12. Maybe we're still dead. I think we're still dead, but let's try. Actually, we do it this way. Right? And then if there's any chance at survival... I think we're dead. Sorry. Yeah, we're going to grasp the giant, but it doesn't give us enough life. I don't think. Yeah, we're still dead. Close. No, we don't have that. We didn't pick it. All right. We didn't give up. We gave ourselves every opportunity to find a way through there, and probably annoyed the heck out of Oppo with our refusal to quit. Made him earn it. And I'm looking for any other changes we might want to do.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
What does disenchant get? What were they playing that we would disenchant? Yeah, I don't care about the gifts. Maybe we put in Abomination. I just don't think that's our plan. We're going to go with our plan. Our plan's just going to work, and they're not going to have Moo survive this time. How about that? All right, good luck, Oppo. Here goes to game 3. We're going to keep this. We got Fenlurker into Thief, and when we find our white, we'll get a nice exile out of it. And they're mulliganing. Good start for us this time. Double mull. And a Fenlurker. And Thief. They better have mulled into murders. I like the charges. I like the captains over the charges first, Robert. I like having the double duty captains. Nice. Take the white now. Big turn here. Well, it's snap advanced. Let's see if we get a thief attack. I was going to pump Lurker, but we'll play Blood Burglar instead. Now play us something to decree. Yeah, nice. I decree that we stop drawing land, though, and really take over this game. See if we want to pump here after we draw off Thief. We do. Wow. Oh, sorry, that was my bad. I wasn't even thinking about it. Wow, punished for that too. I wanted the land because we get to triple pump the lurker. How about that? I'm just playing too quickly there, actually. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cast the Skelly. Yeah, but I've cost myself... Wherever the next spell is, it's a turn farther away than it needed to be, is the point. Never punished. If only that were true. Hey, we got profit. That's nice. Well, we had a 7-hour game 2 and a 7-second game 3. And in the 7-hour game 2, I did not elicit any punts. And in the 7-second game 3, I did. So that's magic for you, too. No, Mega Master. It's a family name. We're not sure even why our surname is Spain. Most of our heritage is Northern European. I do know, simply because we all Google our own names, right? I have Googled my own name, and in Googling my own name, I discovered the existence of a conservative state senator from Illinois named Ryan Spain. Maybe we'll debate politics sometime. We're going to keep that on the strength of the Lurker and the Thief and find ourselves some white eventually. Double mull from Oppo in game 1. And there's our planes. Got to splinters that, but we have time for that. We're gonna continue to accept some damage from the knight because we can splinters it no matter how many counters it gets. So we're gonna deploy our plan, our thief plan first, and worry about splintering their knight later. The funny thing about knowing about this Illinois state senator that shares my name, I know he knows about me. I know he's Googled himself and is like, dang it. Also, because I have @Ryan Spain. So, suck it, Ryan Spain, Republican senator from Illinois. I'm Ryan Spain on Twitter. Maybe we'll just pacify it. We don't have anything else we're doing. They might unlock it, but let's start with an attack, of course. Maybe we'll find a land and just go with Protector here. Yeah, there's a land. Let's just protect. I feel if they just invest everything into this knight, we're going to win. So I'm just going to keep taking it for now. I have not seen the new state of the beta. I'll look forward to reading it. I mean, you can send whatever you want to the senator. I don't expect... And Ryan Spain, Senator, if you do see this, I'm just joking around. I'm an internet entertainer. Of course I'm joking around. Okie doke. Are we going after this knight yet? No, I still don't want to. It's just, captain it up. I don't think they can swing in. If they swing in with the knight, we'll go ahead and block. I don't want to lose to some, like, what I'm not thinking of, or can I? What can they play that would make me regret leaving this unblocked? If they go pump, pump, we lose? Yeah, I'll play around double growth or whatever. Double cycle. It's a pretty long shot, but... Let's see, we get 6 land total. We can pacify Thief and Splinters, and I think that just wins. Or if we go Thief and Splinters, pacify if we need to. Let's see, 10 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can't really just beat him here, huh? Yeah, let's let him trade. Good point. We'll let him trade for the Thief here. But I kind of want to play another Thief to at least pump the Protector. And then we can still do our other stuff after. We still get attack with everything here. And then if they trade Thief, we get rid of the Fenlurker, and I don't think they have good choices here. I'm going to go with pacifism rather than sacking anything. Might as well just pacify and try and win next turn. They might have a Bone Splinters or whatever, but it's great for us for them to have to do that. And unfortunately, we have a Bone Splinters for that. Six mana. So we can't pattern match. With 3 or less from graveyard to battlefield. So they get Knight back or Sentry back. We could match for another Thief. Don't we? I think we have one Thief in the deck. Yeah, we have a Thief left. So, here's the thing, though. If we get the Knight back on the battlefield now, then they can't block it. Yeah, what if we match... If we pump Lurker, what are we pumping Lurker to accomplish? So, I think we just, Fen Lurker, we do this. See what they want to put in, and then we decide whether we match or, you know... Yeah, they're going with that. Evolving Wilds, Pattern Matcher. Well, if we play Griffin Sentinel, that makes for a better chump here. We're chumping no matter what, so no matter what we play, we're not attacking next turn. I'm going to play the Evolving Wilds, filter our deck a little bit. And since we're playing a chump no matter what, let's play the worst chump. All right. Don't murder us, bro. Be a nice comeback from a mold of 5 from Oppo that had some pretty dominant plays from us. So if Oppo pulls this out, I will tip my cap. They've played really well to their outs. And yeah, they've leveraged some bombs, but that's what you got to do, right? Boy, we are having a rough time finding some non-lands here in the latest games. All right, that has me a little more excited, but I think we still just pattern match Thief here unless we find there's really something that appeals to us. I mean, we could Fenlurker and get their final card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could pattern match 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't do two things. All right, let's see what we match. I mean, we know what we're matching. Let's match Thief. Play Thief. Save Soul Salvage. We can even potentially get Inspiring Captain back and Pattern Matcher back. And, ooh. This is rough. All right, we have 0 glasses, so Fenlurker, Captain? What about Captain? Captain and Axe. Yeah, maybe we should... Well, Griffin's not lethal as long as they have a reach. But we could potentially get him to start trading off here. I think I'm going to go Axe, and I'm going to put Axe on the Matcher and attack. This puts him under a lot of pressure, and I think I'm going to go ahead and draw a card at the cost of a life here. 1. Is that reckless? They have to... Yeah, maybe it's reckless. It's reckless to attack with the Thief. See, this is where we don't have, ooh. All right, if we get the Lurker, that's fine, but what else are we getting, Mike? Because we get Pattern Match, we don't get to match anything anymore. Oh, we can match another Lurker, actually. If we want 2 Lurkers, we can get Lurker, Pattern Matcher, and match the Lurker. And the Lurkers pump, and we got a lot of land. And it gives us bunches of blockers. Yeah, Protector does... So it's Flyer or Pattern Matcher is what we want to do here. I think Pattern Matcher to keep the cards flowing. Not sure about that one, but Flyer doesn't get over the top with the Giant, unfortunately. They don't really have the... Unless they drew something amazing, they don't really have attacks here. I think, Steven, one of the reasons I'm deciding to do this, like this line, first we get extra cards. Like, if one of the things we need is blockers, but 2 Fenlurkers, they pump with all this mana. We're at 3 pumps per Fenlurker, and a Fenlurker threatening 3 pumps wearing an axe is nice, and we're about to get 2 of those if we can just block to survive. And with 9 mana, we can pattern match, get the other lurker, and still... Oh, no, we need a 4... Yeah, we can still do it all, basically. So... Interesting line by Oppo. They're going for it. This is a must block. And then the question is, do we chump the Giant or not? I feel like we don't even have to chump the Giant, and we might not want to, because then we get 2 lethal threats next turn. Mike doesn't want to take the risk. I think we could go to 1 here. And we couldn't attack with... That's true. We can't attack with Thieves anyway. Okay, great point. I think there was an argument for going to 1 if we had the capability of attacking with Thieves, but we didn't, so we didn't. Come on, deck. It's so rough. So rough. Now we have to do it this way. We do get to force a block here, though. And we might as well. Shouldn't we? Like, maybe we need it. I mean, it's a force block. Do we want to make a... Do we want this trade or not? Because then we still get Lurker, Equip, Axe. Oh, it's not forced? That's true. All right. I was just used to so much mana. If I had played this, it would have been forced. Oh, well. Yeah, we didn't have the trade, I thought. So, we didn't have the forced trade anyway. We'll equip the axe on the matcher and threaten to trade with the Giant. Mostly taking care of my fruit fly problem, thanks to, here's some buzz marketing for a thing I got on Amazon called the Catchy. It's catchy, but with a K. It's done a great job of solving our mosquito and fruit fly summer issues that can crop up around here. What is this about? Why are they doing this, though? I don't understand. All right. We'll see if it kills us or something. Untapping it? Rabid biting? That is so greedy for one. Oh, can't we punish him once? Oh my god, deck. We had top decks for the punish, and couldn't find it. I know they have another blocker now, but man, we were one removal spell from getting them. Bone Splinters, and they are punished. Of course, Bone Splinters doesn't work either. Maybe they weren't punished, but it was a very, very greedy play. Yeah, so 7, 8, 9, 10. Playing this land doesn't matter right now. Unbelievable, though. Just some unlucky rips at the worst times here. Well, and now, with this being able to go to 8... 5, yeah, we just have to try and trade for it. Trade for it outright. I don't know how we win from here, but I'm going to start by trying to deal with this knight. Thanks, deck. You're a peach. All right, we saw... I just remember the black. Was the other color green? Is that green-black? Green-black... Gets both of our uncommon removal spells. That's right, big green giants. Axe out. Put Abomination in. Our problem is not running Daybreak Chaplain. Not how I saw it, but interesting take. I was thinking about the Death Touch. Maybe. Do we have to bring that in? Oops, that's not... No. That's what I'm trying to do. Maybe like Sentinel down, Abomination up. Yeah, we got it. I think we're bringing in the Abomination. I'm just not sure what we're cutting here. Protector. I cut the 2 flyers against green-black before. I don't know if we saw... Yeah, I'm going to cut the Protector. What about the Grasp? Ah! Part of me wants to keep this. Can I just peek at the top of my library? No. It's tempting, but no, you can't. Keep this though. Ditch of Plains. Which one, Turbo Cop? The one lander or the one there? Yeah, we only had one chance. Yeah, we were on the play. Would I ever play Inspiring Charge over Soul Salvage? Inspiring Charge may be something we want to add, but not to take the Soul Salvage out. I don't see taking the Soul Salvage out, no. Not a great 6, but yeah. Show me the plains or the swamp on top of that first hand and we'd keep it, but it was too risky. I like that at least we still have a foul to give. If we lose this one, we get to play some more. Splicer, all right. Yeah, what do we want off the top now? Maybe a captain would be all right. I guess it doesn't get much damage through. Maybe captain isn't what we want. Maybe we just want removal. Sorcery too. We don't get to play this. So I guess we thief it up. And cool our heals. I'm not looking to 2-for-1 or to trade 1-for-1 with this quite yet. No, we didn't see any of these in game 1. Didn't we just face one of these? Or was this what we faced last time? I can't remember. Was this game 1? Or is it back-to-back Cavalier decks? Or is this just what I remember from game 1? I can't remember anymore. Feel like we faced Cavaliers all day. Well, how about Devout Decree on the Cavalier and Splinters on the Courser, and we start getting some damage in. That's not bad. Yeah, especially with this off the top. Now we can just... But the Splinters is somewhat free. But yeah, you're right. Now that we have a good attack and we have a Noxious Grass, we'll definitely just sit tight now. I was trying to be aggressive with the board state and their cards in hand, but I think we're fine to play it cool with Life Chanter waiting, and we've seen some big green, so hanging on to the Bone Splinters makes some sense. Well, now we're definitely going to grasp the Courser. And there's no need to wait for instant speed because they have a 1-for-1 block on our Golem that they'd happily take. Oh no. They've got a response. Bummer. 5,000 gold to play a draft. So that kind of sucked, but now at least we know to stay back this turn, and we'll look to try and eat that Thief if it comes at us, knowing that we could get Blade Branded or Growth right out of it, but we got to try. The other thing we could do is try and put Skeleton and Splicer on the Thief instead. That doesn't change anything except force me to use the Golem to try and get there. Maybe if they have the +2/+2 enchantment, they're playing, you know, they're playing around, they're playing for surviving with the +2/+2 enchantment, which actually makes me want to go ahead and put the skeleton on here as well. Uh-huh. At least we saw that coming. They still played it so that they killed my golem. Oh, pacifism is interesting, but I think we go. I think we're just waiting here. Now we're just in wait mode. I don't know what their deal is. They may be even. Maybe they're splashing black. What are they? But how do they? No, they're not splashing black. They're playing a cavalier. I don't know what they're doing. But we have a chump with a skeleton, so I'm just gonna sit back here. Raptors, it's hard to do in one sentence without oversimplifying it, you know? But I think a starting point is make them have it, but also ask yourself how conservative or liberal you need to be given your chance of winning in a given spot. They're looking at season of growth in their yard. Are they going to bring back I don't know what they're doing here. All right. I mean, it's kind of free. All right. Are we 3-1? Did I forget to update my record? We lost, right? We're 3-1? I think we're 3-1. We're still 3-0? Maybe I'm up on my record? I don't know. Oh, maybe we just lost the one game. Okay, I'll assume I'm not dumb. Okay, I'm wrong. It happens a lot. All right, so skeleton and splinters get rid of one thing. Pacifism gets rid of the other. And then we have life chanter after that. We want to pacify versus splinters. Does it matter? Yeah, I guess we pacify the thing that has a bunch of stuff so that if they sacrifice it, at least they lose all the stuff. I'm not going to block with this splicer, so I'll attack with it right now. Auto tapper doesn't matter. Why do we care about auto tapper? We only have 2 mana. It's gonna be tough beating the knight this many times. Where's ours? But we saw them use sacrifice stuff before anyway. Like, I think if this game goes extra long, they were going to get it back no matter what. Maybe I'm trying to make excuses for myself, but I don't think it's actually that. big a deal. Yeah. I guess we have to bring it back and chump. It's Thursday, right? I gotta make sure I'm not forgetting some important appointment here. Going overtime. I guess this is it for right now. Oh yeah, there was something, but it's been canceled, so we don't need to do this anymore. It straddles the line. I mean, if you could call this a mythic, I suppose, but it reads more like a rare to me than a mythic, frankly. I think we're donezo on this one. I don't see a comeback here. I don't know what we draw to pull us out. Sometimes you lose games of Magic. We haven't lost a match in 8 matches, though. Maybe more, so... Not doing too badly overall, but we're done here. Not going to even bother with it. All right, well, we already have profit, and we had a foul to give, so now we even get to try for more. I'm going to go for it. Since I don't have a 1 o'clock, we'll keep playing. Seriously, deck? 7 or 8 white sources. Okay. Nothing to match either. I think we have to keep this though. We got 11 sources of black. That's a lot. I'm gonna keep. How much schooling did I go through? I graduated with a liberal arts degree in philosophy and English from McAllister College. Bachelor of Arts, and that's as far as I got. Come on, deck. Give us a swamp. Swamp off the top, please. No more messing around. Deck wants to mess around. Okay, I see. There it is. I mean, if you have a great idea, I'm going to go with mana efficiency over the power of the Blood Burglar and just play our most mana efficient thing. You can approach college in some different ways. If you have a real idea of what you want to do with your life and your career, then you should absolutely head in that direction in college and set yourself up to succeed in that the best you can. If you have no clue, though, and you're trying to find your way, as I was, then I think you can get a lot out of taking some classes that you find interesting and understanding that largely in the world, what matters is that you did the work for a degree, not specifically what it's in. That was kind of you, Mama. Okay, we have a no value pattern matcher or a light value, you know, a poor mana use burglar, neither of which is really getting through here. I'm going to start with a Griffin attack. Thing with the pattern matcher is it doesn't get through either. You would swing both? I didn't have the guts to swing both. Would you want to like threaten Blade Brand or something? Yeah, maybe Mike maybe better bluffer than me, but what are you bluffing it with? We don't have 5 mana. Because you have to explain your bluff to me, Mike. I'm gonna play burglar and pass though. Would I ever block there with the tracker? Yeah, because what are we playing around? Inquisitor attacks and threatens to, what, first strike? Or blade brand? It's just a tracker, who cares? Charge? Maybe it's a 1-for-1 for charge. I'm happy to trade for a charge, though. Oh. I'm gonna send in the Sentinel again and hang tight again. Oh, moment. I guess I'm still willing to trade my tracker for a moment. I mean, I'm blocking every time there, I guess, is my answer. I'm not gonna block, or not cast the matcher so that we can threaten the activation on Inquisitor and give ourselves another chance to draw one of the 8 cards that can turn this into a 2-for-1, which is why we play it. But we don't want to be dumb and not play a 3/3 for 4 out of stubbornness. So let's keep that in mind too. Get soul salvage for that back. That doesn't do much though. We could axe and equip the Sentinel. That creates a nice blocking threat. I kind of like that. And it attacks, that's why I like it. We get to attack and block with this Sentinel. Sentinel's probably the best axe wielder in my deck. Boo, they took away some of our fodder for soul salvage, although not like we really want to soul salvage that. And they're offering Golem for Sentinel. I think we'll just continue to trade 3s right now. If we do pattern match, we can block on the ground. Now we even get something on the ground straight up. I don't think we want to splinter yet. We might find our skeleton, in which case our splintering gets super easy to figure out. And we're holding the world in the current scenario, so that's okay. Now they might do some suicide attacks with the reclamation. We want to make sure we're trying to eat and not trade, so we don't get buried in advantage there. To the extent that we can. Yeah, they're not quite down with that, huh? Funny that we can't Fen Lurker because surprising, like 5 mana, 1 of it black. We have 11 black sources, people. 11. 11. Really could use one here. Now, because Fen Lurker, no sense complaining about it. What are we doing? I think we attack with the Griffin Sentinel, but what else are we doing? Probably just matching. Yeah. Matcher 5/5? No, just 4/4, right? Yeah, recurring the splicer is an interesting play, but I think we'll try and do that on our turn. We want to make sure we have the... I don't think we have anything to look. Okay, shuffle library. Okay. Of course you knew we were going to draw our swamp the moment after it would have actually done something. What do we want to do here? Hey, Red Dog. Nice. Glad you joined us. What time is it for you? I think we worked that out before. Let me guess. It's in the early AM for you. Splinter and Salvage over the Fenlurker. Fenlurker gets a card right here. Although, it's probably just a land. And maybe we get rid of the Spider here so we can get back to attacking. Mike wanted to take their last card. They're going to get more cards, Mike. Don't worry. I bet their last card is a land anyway. Maybe we'll get something useful, but I don't think I don't think that was going to do too much. Oh, actually, did I leave myself? That wasn't good. I don't like that play anymore now. Because we're just setting up to single soul salvage. We can attack with the matcher and get it back, yeah. Do we offer that? I suppose so. Yeah, we could also attack with all. Make sure something gets in there. I definitely want to soul salvage this turn, so I'm going to do it this way. I know that it can block with a 2/4. That's why I had to attack with both, to ensure that something died. And a little bit weird, but I think that was actually worth it. Well, here's one thing to consider. This Sentinel is just going to go the distance unless they specifically find something to kill it or for the air. So yeah, they're getting some more cards, but we may be able to pressure them out of answers. Good news, you get the meme twice. Maybe that didn't go quite the way we wanted it to for us. I'm gonna go Fenlurker. Matcher. At least try to have something for the thief, and we'll see how dead we are. We block here. We take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have to double. And so we're going to eat the thief and then block something with power. I'm pretty happy we got to 3 wins here, so I'm not going to be too tilted however this plays out. Oppo's got a great deck. I really like green-black decks that are doing what Oppo's doing. Maybe I was in a spot where I needed 2 bone splinters here, but I figure I need too much of everything. I think we're just dead. No, I think we had one other black-white deck, actually. My favorite M20 pair? Honestly, if I can get the elementals, I really liked the red-green elementals deck we had, but blue anything is where I want to be in this format. Blue anything. If I'm going to have a good... If you say you're going to have a good deck, what do you want it to be? Blue anything. Blue anything. Okay, what are we doing? Up against black, green, splash, white. I guess we certainly bring in this one again. And it's like, I feel like we've been making this swap every single time. Flyers proved pretty useful, but they do have the spiders for them. I'm gonna do Protector gone. Did the axe do good work, or can we cut the axe? Mike wanted the axe. Thought they should have killed the axe, but it doesn't necessarily make it the right call here. And do it this way. All right, we rattled off 3 wins and we're feeling pretty good, but we've taken, what, 3 straight losses now? Just kind of fell off a cliff here. Let's get back on it. Unkeepable. We're alive, damn it. Great God Alm is asking about Omniscience. It's fun to try with a new set once, maybe twice, but then I lose interest right away. Boo, we needed a land. Oh, we have Skeleton Blade Brand. Maybe they'll play something we can attack into. I'm trying it real quick, see if they'll block. I would never. Okay, they're smart enough not to, but we tried. And I'm going to go ahead and Blade Brand it now because we want the land. I'm not going to mess around. Like, we need to find a land. All right, found the land. Five to make a token. I think this is a damage. We'll see. All right, yeah, point of damage. Hey, that's actually not bad for us. Free attacks. Would really like to find removal for this dude, not pacifism, because the Warlord could still spit out 1/1s. But that's a fine place for us to be here because they have no blocks. We get to attack before deciding anything. So we have Thief Pacifism if we want it, but I'm just going to go with Pattern Matcher, get the other Thief before we can't do that anymore. Or maybe we want Master Splicer, Pattern Matcher, Master Splicer, Captain, Pattern Matcher, Captain. That's another way to go here. I think that's the lines we're trying to decide between. Basically, what do we want to pattern match here? Are we looking to get there via Captain chains or Thief chains? But I suppose either way it comes to Master Splicer right now, right? Yeah, Mike's on the Splicer. So I'm going to go Master Splicer now, but we're trying to figure out where we're going here in terms of matching. But yeah, Splicer out with Captain is pretty dirty, depending on what they do here. Now, Vorstclaw, we will go ahead and... oh yeah, let's do this. Oh, this is beautiful. Should have sent a poet. Nice, they got our skeleton. Great necromancer for them. But Captain is nice for us here. Still nothing great for them to do about a Captain. Now we get to keep them coming. If we send the Splicer, do we care if they... yeah, we're not going to send the Splicer because they just get to eat it. We don't want them to just eat the Splicer. Hey, Dark Knight. You'll have to get together here with I Am Bat meme and plan some entertainment around Batman, I guess. Hey, look. Out of the blue, a play as well. And it gets the counters. Oh, sometimes it comes up Millhouse. All right, they had a good response. I mean, they're drawing a lot of cards off the Reclamation now, so... let's see, we get Pattern Matcher plus Inquisitor, which is not bad. No good attacks here, though. But Pattern Matcher into Inquisitor sets up next turn's Captain, which should be great. They have a lot of mana and a lot of cards. I'm expecting at least 2 more creatures here. They go Howling Giant. We could just be super sad despite our pretty hefty board here. If we draw a land that comes into play untapped off the top, we do also have Inquisitor activation, which could matter depending on what they play and how they block. Pulse is amazing. Go ahead and play this. 6 mana. We don't have Thief plus Captain, but we do have Life Chanter if we wanted it. Captain does what? Captain gives us 2 5-power attackers and a bunch of other stuff, so let's do it. We're at least getting the 5-power out. Now, we attack here, and if they choose to take it, what is the consequence of attacking with the other stuff? This is eaten by... they could double block and eat, single block and eat. Maybe we just send the 5s here and then keep the Chanter around for next turn. Then we have... yeah, we don't want to trade off with a zombie, right? That's the thing. So we'll just do this and then try to get even wider here. May come down to whether they have an answer to the Life Chanter, but they're just... this is killing us. I mean, I think we're playing a great game here, but as we play this great game, all of the results are refilling their hand while ours are not, and that's just kind of crushing us. But if the Life Chanter plays and lives, then we still have quite a good chance. Can't play both of these, though. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19. So it's a slight upgrade to accept the result here. No attacks. They're at 20. Yeah, actually we're at 1919. Of course, we had to mulligan, which is... Didn't we? Maybe I'm lying. Didn't we mulligan this one? I thought we mulliganed this one. Can't remember now. Seems so long ago. Yeah, this is a big problem. That's a big problem. I think we're losing this one based on those sequences of plays. I just don't know. Like, we have to get lucky in this. Life Chanter meets no removal and no death touch. Sure. Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible. We already... Okay, we also have not yet recurred our soul salvage. So, I mean, we haven't drawn our soul salvage, so not all is lost. But yeah, let's send in and get something. So we don't even get something. They just get an extra card out of it. We didn't beat them in time to beat the reclamation is the problem. Funny. 3-0 to 0204 is what it's starting to look like here. We're beyond done. We're so waiting to die. But let's get a card. Probably a land. They're just dumping their lands, I guess. No plummet. Oh, it takes a long time to lose at Magic sometimes. What percent are you? What percent do you think we are to win this game? 14 to 17 on library. I mean, that's kind of plan A, I guess, is that they don't have recursion and we somehow manage to stick this out. I mean, if it's literally 0%, we should get on with our lives, but I don't think it's absolute 0. So we're going to stick around. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll sandbag one land here. Might want to attack to get card. We do have a Blade Brand that could make that a little bit better to do. I'm going to give it one more turn here. I'm not going to send in the Suicide Thief quite yet. Sure, deck. Send all the land. You holding now, though, Mike? I'm getting impatient. I'm gonna hunt. We need more land. There we go. So, splinters. We've got the Warlord that's a big problem, and we've got the Aerialist that's a big problem. How much of a problem is each? Warlord, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Warlord can activate twice a turn now. Going wide at 2 creatures a turn over the next 13 turns is going to be lethal. I think we actually, since basically both of these are going to be lethal over the next 3 turns, but this card is lethal in a way that even if we finally kill it, has gotten way out of hand. But this, if we kill it, if we wait and kill this in a few turns, it's still going to be a 2-3. Well, it'll be a 3-4 if I kill the Warlord. But I mean, Mike, are you sure? Like, I don't think we can win if we kill the Flyer. They're going to make 1/1s and start attacking with them, and although maybe they're afraid of decking and won't do that, but I still think they get to. But they still get to gain life and stuff from it. So, and they would get wide enough that they could just alpha us. So yeah, I think we need a Warlord and hope that we also find an answer for the Flyer. But we're in a bit of trouble either way. In fact, I'm going to take the Splicer out here. We're not... The Fenlurker threatens to block the same things that a 4/4 pattern matcher does, and if we do draw our Soul Salvage, we may want to get back that 2 creatures in 1 card. I mean, not only is that going to start going wide enough, it's going to start being an abyss where we can't even... I guess it doesn't... It always stays at 5, so maybe we would have had enough toughness or power to block it. Never mind. Bottom line is we need multiple removal. I'm not sure even what our remaining options are here. Yeah, I think the problem is that was our last removal. Maybe the answer is we had to go with the Aerialist just because at least Bladebrand has a prayer of answering the ground creature. We still might find a flyer. We have Griffin Sentinel and Griffin Protector that could combine with Bladebrand to beat the Aerialist, but that's what we're actually looking for right now. Is flyer into Bladebrand is our only way to win this now. Well, I don't know how many of these we get, but let's see what happens. A lot of ways to go here. I kind of like this, and this. This way, we're only trading 1 creature here, 1 creature here, and 1 creature here. If they've got stuff to do, well, we're in trouble anyway. Yeah, I mean... hard to beat removal there. I think we're now at the end of our session, folks. Very inspiring, Captain. Well, a pretty anticlimactic way for us to go out after a very promising 3-0 start, but Magic's hard. And Oppos in those last 2 matches had great decks, played them well and drew them well, so hard to cry your eyes out over that. Yeah, also hard to cry your eyes out over 4 packs and 1,500 gems. Let's open some packs. Do you know why they want to make historic cards worth 2x wild cards? I haven't read that yet. I only heard about that. I'll talk about that in a second after I open these packs here. Let's open these packs and say farewell to YouTube, and then we can chat a bit before I head out. But I'll probably read the state of the beta and go into a much deeper soapbox tomorrow. And we are closing in. I'm going to go look at... I'm not going to bring it up on screen, but I'm going to take a look at our completion here, let you know how close we are. Our completion on M20 for this account is 206 of 212 rares. So we are a mere 6 rares away. In fact, if we have them, we have 5. Maybe next draft we will complete our 4X no matter what. Nice. I use a program called MTG Tracker, which has some flaws, especially with someone like me who plays with multiple accounts. It's not great at multiple account tracking, but we are one M20 booster pack away from getting ourselves to 4X in rares. So nice. We got like several weeks left to try and get the mythics and build up some wild cards and start grinding our gems. So let's say farewell to YouTube. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube folks. We'll see you at the next video.